Happy Friday and welcome to the 100th episode of the Wolff Den. We have a very special episode for you because the Wolves are joining the Wolff Den today. I'm Matt Wolff, founder and CEO of Ticket Time Machine. And today I'm going to let everyone else introduce themselves. We're going to have some surprise guests, I think, join possibly throughout the show. But for now, we'll start with Meredith. Take it away.
Hi.
Who are you?
Yes, Matt.
Who are you? Where are you sitting?
Who am I? I am your sister. I'm Meredith Wolff. I live in New York City. I'm in my apartment, virtual working, and I'm excited for our show.
Great. Evan?
Good morning. I'm Evan, Matt's twin brother. I am currently sitting on a park bench above the subway that you're hearing probably below me right now, just outside of Elmhurst Hospital in Queens, New York, getting ready for a lunch appointment in about an hour. So, hello, everyone.
All right. And Braden and Carter?
I'm Braden. I'm his nephew, and I'm living in New Jersey, and I'm in my family room somewhere.
Same here. I'm Carter. I'm also his nephew, and what?
How old are you guys?
I'm 13.
I'm about to be 12.
About to be 12, almost 12. So this is part of the family, not the whole family. Evan has 4 kids. These are 2 of them. And much like this show, the family is spread out all across the U.S. I'm in Florida, and we got New York. My mom, who is not able to make it tonight, is in New Jersey. And we all kind of just find a way to get together. We were just in New Jersey for Braden's bar mitzvah. And it's so let's start with a little bit of a big question for everyone. We go on a family vacation every year where we try and go hit the beach and the pool, and give us either your favorite place that we've been to, or maybe a memorable moment, something that you did that was really fun. And we'll start with Meredith.
Oh, well, I'm trying to think. There were so many memorable family vacations. I'm usually chasing everyone around, and they're all on roller coasters. The last one we went to was Ocean City, Maryland, I think, right? Was that the last one? And I thought that was really great. Honestly, I just love being with the family all together. So I couldn't say there was a memorable, like being on the beach maybe would be my memorable experience, playing with the kids. And
I meant to wear the shirts that we made for the Ocean City. We'll have to do a post of it. If you have one, you could grab it.
I think I have one. Let me go grab it.
I have it in my closet upstairs. Evan.
I enjoy the thrill rides, so I think Cedar Point was an excellent trip, very enjoyable. All the water parks and the roller coasters. We had a little bit of rain, kind of came through, but we toughed it out. And then, of course, we got a chance to pick up Meredith, who flew into the wrong city. So I think the Ohio trip was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I will say that was maybe my favorite too. The roller coasters, you get to ride with the kids and go on the roller coasters and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then Meredith flying into Cincinnati instead of Cleveland, which may be hit upon. Guys, boys, what about you?
Hold on, before you jump to them, I know some people are writing in. Yes, Brent, I cherish the hat. I wear it most days. Not today because I'm on business trip, but generally speaking, I do cherish the hat. Thank you, Brent.
Yeah, Brent is a very good friend of the show. Went out to when Evan was in Florida, came out to dinner for our birthday, and then proceeded to go up to the band that was playing and tell him to wish Matt a happy birthday while my twin brother Evan was sitting right next to me. So, and then he gave us both a hat. So I guess that makes up for it. Braden, Carter, do you have a favorite memory of the trips that we've taken?
I definitely liked Ohio the most because of all the roller coasters and water parks. That was very fun.
Ohio was really great. I agree with Braden. I also liked Hawaii because at the hotel, um, I have a funny memory of where there was a cockroach in my bed. Mom screamed. I had to run to the other room. It happened to be the night I lost my tooth. So in the morning, I forgot to check my tooth fairy pouch because of the cockroach. And then a cleaning lady came and she was like, "Oh, a tip."
I think everyone has a good cockroach story. My wife Aunt Temmie, she always makes me take care of the cockroaches in the house. That's on my list of chores to do.
I also remember there was like a curved path in the hotel room. Not in the hotel lobby, and it had like sunroofs. I remember chasing lizards down it.
All right, lizards. You guys came to Florida. You were pretty young. I don't know if you guys remember too much about that, but you've been to Florida. You've been to Disney. Travel is a huge part of our family. We all love to travel. We've been all around the world. You guys have been on some really amazing trips. So let's talk about travel a little bit because we've actually traveled together in family trips. But Meredith and I, and Evan and I, and Meredith and Evan, we've all traveled outside of the country together. So let's talk about maybe some of your favorite trips that you've taken with your family outside of all of us, but just your immediate family. Braden Carter, tell us where you went and what you loved about it.
We went to Steamboat, Colorado a couple years ago for a skiing trip, and that was very fun because the mountain was big, and at the base of it was a big town, and that was very fun to walk around.
I also remember we did snowmobile trips and like hot air balloon rides there. I also remember the gondolas, and I was loving them. And then I remember, I think one day me and Dad were skiing, like I think it was just us, and we went to stop for hot chocolate at a little cabin, and we decided to take a picture. So we both held up our drinks, and then we took another picture where we swapped, and I had the beer, and he was holding the hot chocolate.
There's non-alcoholic beer, of course. It's great. You guys are great skiers. The whole family is. Julie, Evan, and everyone great skiers. So it makes sense that you guys would mention. But you guys went to Hawaii. You went to Hawaii. Didn't you guys fly in a helicopter? You didn't even mention that.
Yeah, we did fly in a helicopter over a volcano too.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Hawaii. It's on my bucket list.
They didn't mention it because at one point I turned around and everybody was sleeping.
Yeah, on the helicopter.
I don't understand how he turned around.
All right, Meredith, tell us a little bit about your travels and maybe the travel stuff with us.
Yeah. First I did go get the shirt.
Yeah, there we go.
There's our Wolff, our last 2018 Maryland shirt. I love to travel. I've been to a lot of unique places. I guess I'll just say my favorite is Paris. I go there every year for the French Open, and so that's definitely a spot that I love. A very unique trip that I went on was to India, and it's really beautiful and sad and interesting all at the same time. And so that was a very memorable trip that I've had, and I'm looking forward to many more travels. I love traveling with you guys, and each of our trips were amazing and different. And I think the last one was Scotland with Evan. We had some really nice experiences and some really funny stories out of that. And I will say that both of you are amazing in the way that you earn these trips as being just amazing salespeople. And so I love that I've benefited from all of that, and really enjoy spending the time with you and the unique experiences we have. And Matt, I'll always remember our trip to, it was Italy, and then we did 2 countries, right?
Well, Italy was separate. Ireland was the other one.
Italy and Ireland.
Italy, when I backpacked, you met me in Italy at the end of my trip.
Yes.
The tail end of my COE trip, we flew to Ireland to hang out with you.
No, Ireland was we did a little bit of our own, right? And then we were on that bus tour and we had to be friendly with the people on the bus. And one morning I remember we were standing outside our hotel, we were all ready to get picked up, and the bus came and left and didn't pick us up. And someone on the bus said, "Hey, what about the brother and the sister? You forgot about them, right?" So that was really
got us. What's the one thing I remember a lot of things about Ireland, but we were in Ireland when Ireland as a country was the first country ever to pass gay marriage all over the place. So there was a big celebration there, which was it's a real important moment in history. And then timing is everything in life. We were on a bus tour, went to the cliffs of Moher, fog everywhere. You couldn't see a thing. We get back on the bus, and as we're leaving, 5 minutes out, everything changes and the sun is out there. So we got to get back to the cliffs of Moher someday. Give us a bucket list. Where's a country or a place, could be inside the U.S. or outside the U.S. that you've never been, that you're really wanting to go to?
I mean, my bucket list is just to quit and travel. So that's the bucket list. But the next place that I had my eyes on before COVID was Japan. And I know you guys have been there together, but I haven't seen it yet.
Good segue. Evan and I went to Japan on a trip that he won, and I'll let him tell you about his travels and some favorite travels and what we went to.
I feel very fortunate to have traveled a good bit of the U.S. and some amazing trips overseas. Probably my favorite, though, is my honeymoon, obviously, with Julie, who is around somewhere. Hello. And that was just a phenomenal trip, just an amazing thing. And probably the funniest part of that trip, I guess, was, we had just gotten married. We're literally on the other side of the world. And I remember, calling to check in and say hello to mom and dad. And, I'm talking to them. I'm super excited about everything that we've done and what we're, still left to do. And I'm like, my mom couldn't be any less interested in what I'm talking about. I'm like, what's going on? I mean, I'm all the way across the world. Why are you not excited? She's like, no, I am. It's 3 a.m. And I realized I had forgotten and counted the wrong way. So I assumed it was a different time where she was versus where I was. So that was kind of a fun moment there. But that was truly a majestical trip, was being with obviously my new bride and being in a wonderful place like Australia, New Zealand, and then the boys already mentioned, Hawaii, which was an amazing trip for all of us, and to be able to celebrate, mine and Julie's 40th birthday there, and to bring our kids with us, and we've got some really great keepsakes in the house, some artwork, which reminds me of being there and how fantastic it was. So Lake Placid, that's coming up soon. So
we're gonna talk about that.
I'm looking forward to sharing some great family experiences with everyone. My side of the family is a bit more winterized and enjoys skiing, so I'm hoping to take the boys and my girls and Julie somewhere fabulous to go skiing one of these days. We enjoy the Poconos and the East Coast mountains, but we're looking to ski the world. So that's on our bucket list.
Great. And I think I mentioned Hawaii, not the boys, but the point still stands. Where is it? You have a place in the world or the U.S. that you haven't been to that you would love to go to? Is that something you think about or you've identified yet? Where?
Sort of. I kind of want to go skiing somewhere in Canada because it's very cold, so it'd probably be fun.
Yeah, there's good skiing in Canada. Carter, anything for you?
I feel I've been very happy to go to the places that I've been to. I'm not really sure where in the world I'd like to go. Or at least not right now.
That's all right. If you think of it anytime, just blurt it out. Food. We're a big family of foodies, and traveling, we always love to go to great and unique places. What are your guys' favorite foods? Do you have a favorite restaurant?
I don't know about a favorite restaurant, but I do like some certain foods.
Yeah, what do you like? For your birthday, what do you like to eat?
On my birthday, well, everything really. I like to eat, like, if I'm given it, like, sort of, might eat it. I like to eat burgers, though, because they taste good, though.
Burgers.
Yeah.
Yes, burgers always taste good.
Burgers. Okay, that's good. Did you have anything you haven't tried yet that, or you tried and you were like, "This is I know you guys do eat some sushi, right? Or no?
I don't. I like sushi. It depends on what type of sushi. But I like sushi. The only thing, there's only two foods I really despise.
Okay.
One of them is tofu.
Tofu.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not a big fan of tofu either. What's the other one?
Chopped liver.
Chopped liver. So it's interesting. So I don't like liver, but I do like chopped liver because my grandma used to make it very, very good. So I'll eat chopped liver, but I won't eat regular liver. And Braden, anything you really don't want to eat?
I agree with the tofu. I don't really like the texture, but let's think of some other things that I don't really like. I can't really think of anything I absolutely despise that I've actually eaten, but I'm sure I'll figure it out, like, eventually.
Okay, yeah, you will. I didn't try raw fish sushi until I was out of college, I think. So it's you guys have been a lot more adventurous with food than I was back then. I was very picky. Meredith, you're a little bit picky with food, but now you really not picky with food. I guess that's not the right way to say it. You were when you were younger, maybe. What's some of your favorite?
I'm into it with meats.
Yeah.
Like,
What's your?
said like textures and meats and.
Yeah. What's your favorite food, and do you have a favorite restaurant?
I like simple things like hot dogs. I love pickles. I like pizza. I like just simple stuff. I don't really have. I don't have a super favorite restaurant in terms of the food there. But I love trying all the different spots in New York City and we travel. I love just going even in like a hole in the wall kind of place. It's always fun to try something like that.
Yeah. We'll give Sable's a shout out because we always go there whenever I'm in the area. So for some bagels and lox and whitefish salad and lobster salad, shrimp salad, they got some really good stuff, and it's always a fun time to head over there. Evan?
Apart from liver, chopped or otherwise, I pretty much eat everything. I've had the opportunity to enjoy a lot of great meals with our family, with work. So I've been to some just truly magnificent restaurants. But at the end of the day, I mean, if I'm just in my backyard barbecuing, I'm generally a happy guy. So it's amazing considering all the really wonderful meals and places I've been to eat. That sort of would be as good a time for me as any. Let's see, we did, Meredith and I actually enjoyed a dinner in Scotland that was a 3-hour eating fest, and they just continued to bring food. And it was I think the only 2-star Michelin rated restaurant that I've been to, and that was a pretty good eating experience for sure, and a fun evening. But it's
also the ambiance, like it's kind of like a very, the ambiance kind of adds to that really even more than
I think when you start getting into those types of things, whether it's a 5-star restaurant or a 5-star hotel, those service certainly enters into it. The ambiance certainly enters into it. I mean, the food's definitely, outstanding, but those things sort of help out too. So, interestingly enough, we do have a vegetarian in our family. My daughter Marley, who also, like Carter, does not like tofu. So we have some interesting and fun times in our family trying to figure out meals. So I've sort of turned into, my mom and my grandma in terms of trying to figure out, how to feed these kids and what they'll eat, and keep reminding them to finish their dinner. It's sort of funny how you cycle through and you remember how it felt when you were told to do something, and then you hear your own voice, kind of pleading with your kids to finish their dinner. But a deeper topic. I think we only have a limited amount of time here.
Yeah, and that's limited. My favorite food is chicken wings, chicken tenders. That's probably my favorite. I love sushi. Aunt Temmie's favorite is sushi. She loves to eat that whenever she can. And we can't have the episode without me giving a shout out to my favorite restaurant, Wong's, which is Chinese in Marlboro, New Jersey, or it might even be Manalapan. But I pretty much go there every time I visit New Jersey. So I would assume that's my favorite restaurant. The Wolff family is.
Before you move on. Speaking of shout outs, my wife Julie deserves an incredible shout out for bringing all sorts of baked goods into our lives. Phenomenal birthday cakes.
Great birthday cakes.
She even actually last Father's Day ventured into making bagels, which I know she didn't view as a huge success, but I loved. So Julie's cooking, which is actually way better than she gives herself credit for, and her baking, which is a phenomenal part of our family, I think, with birthdays and things like that. So
yeah, her baking is excellent.
Yeah.
The Wolff family is pretty athletic, I would say. We grew up playing sports, and I know your kids, Evan, Braden Carter, and they play a lot of sports and do some endurance stuff. But I guess talk about what sports means when you were growing up and now as an adult, and then we'll let Braden Carter talk about their experiences with sports and competitions. Evan, you can start.
Sports can start. Yeah, I mean, sports have always been a huge part of my life and our life. Being twin, there's a certain amount of competition, I think, that you just start off with, in life, and then that carried out to being athletic and enjoying running and basketball in particular. I always thought I would play for the Hoyas and then the Knicks, which did not exactly work itself out. And then over time, sort of my passion for different sports kind of came in, and by the time I graduated college, I got huge into skiing, which has been a tremendous part of my life, and with the kids. And then a few years back, I got into triathlon as a way to kind of change a little bit about what I was doing and the shape I was in, and that's been I think a lot of fun for me. And then at least for a while with the kids, we ended up traveling to Pennsylvania and to Boston and out to Louisville and all through Indiana and New Jersey now with our kids, and having triathlon be a big part of our lives as well. So sports have been huge. I love taking the kids to games when we get that opportunity. I like more than anything coaching and watching them explore sports and still trying to stay athletic.
Well, you forgot to mention that you've done half Ironmans, and at the end of this month you're going to Lake Placid, like Bill said, and you are going to be doing your first full Ironman, which is an incredible feat. And so we're excited to follow you and do that. And the kids have done some triathlons themselves. So Braden Carter, talk about the sports that you guys play, what you like about it, and maybe some of the fun things that you've done that sports has taken you to.
So we both have played soccer since we were in Sydney, and we both played soccer in Sydney, and we still play soccer. We both ski, and I started snowboarding, and I think Carter started snowboarding last year. But we both ski and snowboard a lot. We play soccer. I've played baseball before, and we both like to do triathlons as well.
Aside from that, I used to be on a basketball team coached by Evan, my dad. And I had this good friend who was on it. He was like a really good basketball player, so I remember that. But aside from those sports, unlike anybody else in my family, I play lacrosse.
Yeah. New Jersey is not it's not a lot of high schools that play lacrosse, but lacrosse is a big sport. They got a professional league now, and it's becoming bigger and bigger. You can watch it on TV. What's your favorite triathlon event for each of you?
Yes, my favorite triathlon that we've done was probably nationals because of how big it was, and the course was pretty fun to go around too.
I agree. Nationals, definitely. I made a mistake in my transition. But the little they had us swim in was just like really cool. It was not too cold. It was kind of like greenish, but like not scary. It was just perfect. I enjoyed the bike, although I had a few troubles on the bike due to something I did in the transition, a placement. But the bike course was really cool and big.
Bike is your favorite part of it, biking. And Braden?
My favorite part was the run because of the chute that you got to go down at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Chute where people were all cheering, and then like a big finish line. And I think there was an announcer saying, "Number 23, something, something."
Yeah.
That's a pretty good job. You play lacrosse, baseball. Do you have your eyes on any other sports that you might want to play as you guys head in? Braden, you'll be in high school, and then Carter as you grow.
I have no idea.
No? All right, it's okay.
Why don't we hear it go?
What's your favorite sport to watch?
Probably football.
Football.
Yeah.
If it's favorite to watch, it's football.
And who's your favorite team besides the Gators?
Obviously. I like the Falcons. I don't know what Carter's favorite team is.
Probably the Seahawks, I think.
Not bad choice. So Meredith, tell us about sports in your life. Sports has become a much bigger part of your life. I would say later than earlier, from what I can remember. But talk about what your favorite sport is and your experiences are.
Yeah, thanks, Evan, for laughing at that. But when we were younger, I remember our father was a really big runner, and just like Evan is excited about sports and gets his kids involved, I remember I did like a 1 mile fun run. Then I threw up at the end, and that was the end of sports for me. So I always, I played on all the teams, but I remember like being on soccer, and I had like a girl who would like head the ball and fake head the ball for me. I was never really into sports, but I did take tennis lessons in high school, and I've been playing ever since, and I do just love that sport. So I do live in New York City, but there are courts nearby to where I live, so I play in the summers, outdoors, and it's a big part of my life now.
And do you have a favorite player?
I don't have a favorite player. I think it's very interesting right now. It's kind of like there's so much respect for the greats, and then there's so much new talent coming in. It's really a time of transition, so it's fun and interesting to watch.
Yeah, I love sports. Like Evan said, having a twin really makes it more fun. There's a lot of competition between us, and over the years, and there still is to some extent. When he was down here, we get on the basketball court and shoot some hoops. But sports has always been a big part of my life. It's a great release, and it's just a good exercise, but a great way to just kind of forget about things for a while. I am not an endurance runner or swimmer. It's not my thing, but so Evan got that skill. And then obviously I love the Gators, everything about the sports. I followed Evan to Gainesville. I was at community college for a year. And before that, I loved the University of Arizona, where Meredith went. And almost went there, but, I still don't even know why. I think mom and dad didn't trust me, so they made me go to something that I didn't want to go to, and I didn't. I think that's a gray area, I think. It's a gray area. Let's talk about, I guess, just real quick, we'll talk about careers and career choices and paths. And then I want to hear from Braden and Carter, if you guys have any thought to what you might want to do when you guys grow up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that I want to be an author when I grow up because it's fun.
Well, is it going to be fiction or nonfiction? You're going to write about makeup stories?
No, definitely fiction because it's much more like fantasies, because those are much more easy to put your like creativity into.
Okay. Well, that's
So I have like something. So I am going to be an animator and a drawer for
Okay.
fun. I'm going to be a YouTuber as a side job to help make money, and because I want to be like a YouTube gaming channel or something. But then I'm also going to probably get like I don't know, but I feel like I want to get a food store because you get to say hi, welcome to blank. So
a greeter. You want to be a greeter, yeah.
like how whenever we go into Moe's, hi, welcome to Moe's.
Yeah, Moe's is good.
More enthusiasm.
CC's is another one. Welcome to CC's. You could have your own show like this and say, hi, welcome to the Wolff Den. That's
No, that will be copyrighted.
all right. Meredith, real quick, tell everyone just a high level what you do and maybe what you thought you were going to do when you were younger.
I don't know if I knew what I was going to do when I was younger, but I did do art and drawing. So that was something that I pursued in college a little bit as a minor. But I do corporate event planning, and I've been doing it for basically my whole career. And so I work at a financial company, but similar to Carter when I was younger, and even still now, I was somewhat of a greeter on site. It's always fun to kind of be around people and help them and be that welcoming face. But now I really like the strategic part of what I do and fitting the pieces of the puzzle together and kind of innovating and more on the strategy side of things for my career.
Yeah, if you had to switch, you couldn't be an event planner today and you had to do something else starting tomorrow, what would you want it to be?
I don't know. If I knew that would be the $1 million question.
Well, I mean, it could be anything, something that you're not even qualified for.
Yeah. I do love fashion, but I don't really know what place that would be. Maybe like a stylist. I mean, I don't think I could quit and do that right now. I'm not quitting my day job, but
yeah,
that's kind of a fun thing to play around with.
All right, Evan.
Speaking of jobs, I probably have to leave in just a few minutes to get to mine. But so currently, I am a thought leader liaison at a device company that works in oncology. I've been in oncology for about 10 or 11 years now with different companies, Celgene, and we actually moved to Indiana for 3 years while I worked in-house for Lilly, which is headquartered actually out in Indiana, which is funny because we live in New Jersey, which has most of the pharmaceutical companies in it, and yet we had to head out to Indiana for my job. But so I've done that for a good long time now, and I would say probably what got me there was our dad. So we're kind of still on that family theme, of course. He was an inspiration for me to get in there. And then let's see, I guess if I could do anything that I wasn't qualified for, just for fun, I think I always wanted to secretly be like an X Games athlete. That adventure and travel and doing that. I don't know if it's a great way to make a living, but it looks like a lot of fun. So that would be something I might be into.
Yeah, and they're both very good at what they do. Evan was the #1 sales rep in all of Eli Lilly, and that's won us a trip to Japan. And then him and I went to China, and Meredith has been, with some of the biggest companies. So they're both very, very good at what they do. I think, our dad and mom instilled that in us about the importance of, working hard. And they had us working from a young age. They always had us doing odd jobs, which, we can talk a little bit about that. I started out it took me a long time to get any decent job to talk about, got into sales. Our dad said I should go into sales, but I didn't listen to him, and I wish I had 10 years earlier. Started selling tickets, moved on to anti-money laundering, and I was fortunate enough to win some awards there and get some nice trips, and then started Ticket Time Machine, and now that is my world. If I was going to do something else, I always thought maybe being like a psychologist or a psychiatrist, some type of mix for that. Always wanting to, I don't know, kind of talk to people and try and figure out how to help them. Slap cow, you'd be a good guest. Brent wants to know if Aunt Tammy's going to be on. She is in court right now, but we're hoping maybe she might be able to sneak in. I don't know, but that's the answer.
Matt's the host. It'd be inappropriate for him to sort of speak highly of himself, but I would just say, that in this move, that you're having 100 episodes is fantastic. What you do, what you've been doing, how you've thrown yourself into Ticket Time Machine. I know Meredith got into sports a little bit later. Her early career was not super impressive. I would say likewise for you when it comes to working. Your early days were not super impressive. Your later days have padded your resume a bit. And the way that you've really thrown yourself into this has been amazing to watch. I think it's really just unbelievable to see, the amount of hours and energy and passion, that you put behind the Wolff Den, Ticket Time Machine, kind of listening to it become an idea and then a real thing, and to see what you've done, in that time since, and knowing, how you work and where you were, just 5 years ago, maybe even. So I would just say a huge shout out to you. I know you don't get to celebrate yourself, but I think it should be at least mentioned in this format.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, we celebrate that. Really, our parents did a good job, I think, of raising us. They were strict but fair, and taught us to be good people. And I think Meredith led the way with that. I would say, with a lot of the stuff that you do. And it's very proud to be a part of the family that is we believe in doing things the right way and helping people. And I know Braden and Carter are that. I can see that as they're growing up, and the rest of the family too. So it's just been it's great. I mean, what's Evan? Well, I know you got to go in a few minutes. What's the best part about being a Wolf?
The best part about being
the best thing about being a Wolf.
That's a good question. I think, unfortunately, there's not that many of us, which is not the best part. But that it leaves us as opportunities to be as close and have the relationships that we do. Maybe is a good part. So we're only a small crew, but it allows us to spend time together, I guess, more freely. So there's that. And then it did inhibit some of our naming. I did like the name Hunter and Gray. Both would be very awkward combinations with Wolf. So that's the only time where I was like, I wish I had a different last name. Because I did like those two first names. But other than that, I think I've enjoyed my time as a Wolf, and happy to have passed the name down, and hopefully Braden and Carter and Madigan and Marley do great things in our family name.
Yeah, there's not a lot of us. Our father is no longer here, pancreatic cancer back in 2005. Grandparents are not. Both of our parents, mom and dad, only children, which is very unique. So no first cousins, no aunts or uncles. Braden and Carter now with Tammy's kids. We have a bunch of cousins in the family, so it's a fun time. Meredith, anything that sticks out?
Like Evan has.
All right, Evan's got to run. We appreciate it. We're going to go a little bit more. I don't know if Marley's around, if she wants to pop in.
Bless you, Dad.
All right, it's okay. Marley's more of a behind the scenes. She's the producer. She's producing the show. She's producing the show back there, giving some guidance for Braden and Carter. One thing I will say is, we didn't always get along as a family, and that's probably not unique for families. Evan and I fought a lot. We were being around each other so much. Meredith and Evan and I all, being an older sister, we fought, but right now we're as close as can be as we've gotten older, talk all the time, every day, every other day. And, no one is guaranteed to be close to your family or your friends or anything. There's no guarantees, and you have to work at it. And I think that's something that was instilled in us also. I know Braden and Carter and Madigan and Marley love each other and are always happy to be around each other, but also have some fights. But that's family, right? And at the end of the day, we're all here in it together. What do you like doing most with your family, Braden and Carter, with your brothers and sisters? What's the most fun for you guys?
Either we got a new trampoline, so always going outside on the trampoline is very fun.
Bouncing each other.
Or playing with Nerf guns, or we got laser guns. We can play with those too.
Also, we practice with soccer when it's not hot and when
it's not raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we like to drown each other in the pool.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I think it's called playing.
Whatever you want to call it.
We renamed it.
Whatever you want to call it. It's okay.
Yeah. And Meredith, what did you like doing most with us?
Well, you asked why it's good to be a wolf, and I would say the height is the number one.
Yeah.
We're all tall.
We're all tall.
The name.
The
What about
last
the name?
name.
Obviously.
No, the last name.
I'm the last in the alphabet, right? But I just wanted to answer that question too. I just think that you have that authentic or good people. I think is kind of our Wolf family brand. What did I like to do with you guys? I really remember the most car rides, like being in the back of the car, driving to Florida, playing games, trying to pass time. Those are some of the memories that stick out the most for me when we were growing up. Maybe like I think you and I used to knock on the wall at night because we shared a wall between our rooms, or just goofing around the house, really, more than anything.
Yeah, it's a lot of great memories. Long car rides to Florida to visit Grandma and Grandpa.
Did we used to moon? Do you remember the little mooner?
Yeah, we had a Mr. Moon.
Mr. Mooner.
That was fun. Is Marley there? Does she want to come on for 2 minutes and just say hello?
I'd love to see Marley.
Guys.
Better than Miss Marley.
Hi, Marley. This is my niece, Marley. She's the
Marley,
oldest.
sit here.
Yeah, you have to replace
Sit
Carter.
here.
Come on down. Say hi.
All right.
Tell everybody.
Things.
The turkey.
Remember that.
How old are you? And tell us your life story real quick.
I'm 15, and my life has just been better than Braden.
Yeah. Well, we talked a lot about food and travel. Do you have a favorite place that you've traveled, that you've been to?
Not really, but Ocean City, Maryland is really fun.
Okay, yeah. How about what are you going to be when you grow up? You're always playing around and being dramatic with your voices. Is that a path for you, being an actress?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. And you're in high school now. You play some sports too. What's been the most fun for you with sports and growing up?
I love skiing. We do that every winter. That's always fun.
Who's the best skier in the family?
My mom, definitely.
Yeah.
She's been skiing for like 40 years.
Mom's the best
More than
skier,
me.
Braden's the best snowboarder, and I am the best dog watcher.
Whoa, Carter.
Dog watcher?
Snowboarder.
What do you
Oh
mean?
yeah, we don't have rockets.
You two are tied for snowboarding.
How are we even remotely close
Me,
to being
I am
tied?
below you.
Because I taught myself everything I know.
No. You guys are big into gaming. You guys are always playing Roblox, watching YouTubes of that. Is that your favorite game? Is there other movies? Let's talk about movies. You guys love the Marvel movies and watching those. What's your favorite show to watch?
Oh, One Piece.
I like the Clone Wars because it's good.
Okay.
They always watch anime, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's multiple shows, but Clone Wars is good.
But
That's good. How about you, Marley? Do you have a show you like watching
not
or a movie?
really. I like watching a bunch of different movies, but I don't really watch TV shows too
Wait,
often.
no. The favorite TV show you wanted us to play yesterday?
What?
Boss Baby 2.
Oh yeah, right. That's also a good one. That wasn't yesterday though.
Yes, it was.
It was 2 days ago.
I watch more movies. I don't watch a whole lot of shows. Aunt Temmie watches a lot of shows, and I know Meredith is big into movies, but she also watches some shows. What's the show you're watching now, Meredith?
I'm blanking on the name of it, but last night actually I just discovered this show about these two girls that go into people's homes and organize their closets, and they'll do like a famous person, and they'll do someone like really in need, and I love that show. I love all that organizational stuff. I also am watching Lucifer, which
Okay.
came out with the 3rd season, which is kind of a silly show, but very lighthearted and fun, especially, coming out of these times.
Okay. We're a memorabilia company at its core. I have a ton of stuff. I won't move around too much, but do you guys have a favorite toy now or when you were growing up, or something that you think you'll keep for a long, long time? Souvenir, maybe from somewhere you went, and anything like that?
Yeah.
Laser guns?
No, that doesn't count, Carter.
Why? It's
Yes,
a toy.
we do.
Because we
You said
don't have it.
What is it?
We had them for years.
Carter, stop. One time I was really little. I think you were there actually, but we went to Atlantic City, and I have 2 little glass, they're like this big, and they're glass things of a dolphin and I think a whale. And I have them in my room. They're very cute.
I have a box from when we were in Indiana. I have a box with the tickets and a couple of pictures from the first football game I went to in person, instead of just watching it from my house.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Dad took you to some Butler Bulldog games, some basketball. Did you guys go to Notre Dame? Is that the first game?
No. The first game I went to was a Colts versus Titans game, and then Notre Dame was after that.
Wasn't I at the Colts first time?
The second one.
I was at the second.
Uh-huh.
What was the best part of Indiana? You guys only lived there for 3 years, the rest of your life in New Jersey. Did you have a favorite part or favorite memory of Indiana?
Yes.
Uh,
I can say this for everyone. There was a park and a pool and so many people right across from our house. We loved to play groundies and swim and do categories, and it was perfect. I can say that for everyone.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree with Carter.
Yeah.
The community was really nice because all of our friends, we could just walk to their house and ring their doorbell.
And it was every day.
tops.
Yes.
My farthest friend was just the next neighborhood over, but there's a bike path that connected it. So
Yeah.
Okay. How about college? Has anyone thought about which college? We always, some people think about colleges that they would like to go to, more of hey, this would be fun, not, hey, I'm looking at, exactly where I want to go. But did you ever think about where you might want to go for college? Is that something that is in your mind? I know some people have it in their mind that this is where they're going to go for a long time.
No idea.
No?
I want to go to Boulder, Colorado.
Okay. Colorado's beautiful. Boulder's beautiful.
I'm not going to college in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. I know that.
Okay.
That narrows it down. That narrows it down.
A lot of good schools in New Jersey and in Pennsylvania. Marley, is there a place that you've never visited that you would like to?
Yeah. The only time I went out of the country, I was 1 year old, maybe.
Okay.
So I remember that. And I wasn't doing anything there. I was just brought along. So really anywhere out of the country would be fun.
Existing.
Yes.
We were out of the country?
Out of the country would be fun.
Okay. But no place specific in mind.
No.
All right. And we always like to ask everyone a Mount Rushmore, which is the 4 most influential people. I asked Mount Rushmore. I had a Mount Rushmore done of sports. It could be actors, movies. Give me a list of 4 of your favorite things in one category. Any category. It could be a food. It could be people, sports teams, movie, travel destination. So I'll let Meredith go first so you guys can think. You could
So
give-
it doesn't have to be a person, it could be a category?
It could be a category like if it's your 4 favorite foods, your 4 favorite places to travel, 4 favorite tennis players.
Okay, I have my 4 favorite people.
No, I tell you, outside of the family.
Ah.
Yeah, it's anything to do with the family. And our last question is you can have family too, but we'll get to that right after this.
Okay, I would have to pick travel, I guess.
Okay.
So that would be, let's think.
Obviously, Paris.
Yeah, are we doing favorites or maybe we're doing where I want to go?
Yeah, either way, you pick.
The four great. Yeah, that's so rough. Okay, 4 places I want to go: Japan, Greece, Poland, and Southeast Asia.
Okay, a great place. I've been to Japan. Greece is on my. It would be in my 4, and I think Southeast Asia would be in my 4 also. Marley, Braden, Carter, who wants to go first? Give us a category and tell us your 4 favorites.
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
I guess travel or like places that I've been. So I liked Ohio and Steamboat. I liked going to Wisconsin, like the Dells, Wisconsin.
Okay.
That was fun.
Water parks.
Yeah.
Roller coasters.
Yeah, and then Hawaii was definitely one of the best.
Hawaii. Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be travel, but travel, that's a great list. Marley, Carter, who wants to go?
Carter, I believe you.
Yeah, I don't believe this, but Colorado, Steamboat, Colorado is in my top 4 favorites. So is Hawaii. Brandon, what was that place you mentioned? The second to last.
Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah. I also like that place.
The Dells.
Yes. And I also like Ohio.
Okay.
Basically.
Marley, it sounds like we got a travel theme here, which is perfect.
Okay. I'll do books, I guess, because I read a lot when I was in elementary school. So
Okay, great.
I read them. Bearhaven, I read all the time.
Which was that?
It's called Bearhaven.
Okay, Bearhaven, great.
The False Prince. I used
New book come out.
we have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to read that all the time as
That was
well.
good.
Actually, I made my library teacher buy the second book for me. She was very nice. The Land of Stories was really good.
Yeah, Land of Stories is definitely good.
There's like a lot of books. There's like and
There's 5. There's a 6th one, but it's not.
it's my turn.
No, you only said
No, I said Bearhaven, Land of Stories.
Oh, she didn't hear. The fans did not hear.
And
The fans.
and one more. I used to read Giving Tree. It's a picture book, but my dad used to read it to me all the time.
Shel Silverstein, is that Shel Silverstein?
Maybe.
I think that is. Giving Tree is a great, great book. I'm going to give my 4 favorite cities in the U.S.
Good idea.
Key West, Florida, love it. I'm going there next month. Gainesville, Florida, Gators, what can I say? I'm there all the time. I'll be there in September. Nashville, Tennessee, great music, great food. And Austin, Texas, same, great music and great food. So those are my 4 favorite cities. The last question that we ask every guest on the Wolff Den is if you could pick one person to spend a day with. You could pick anyone in the world. It could be anything, but they have to be alive, and you can't be related to them. Who do you want to hang out with, and what do you guys want to do? It could be anyone. We have a list going. We're going to try and make it happen for our guests. We've already made some outreach. We've had some really high-profile guests that will never happen just because. But reach for the stars. It doesn't matter who it is. Pick one person who you want to spend the day with. Tell me who it is, and what you guys want to do. Carter, you have someone in mind?
Well, yes, but you cut them off, so that's not really fair. I wanted to spend the whole day with Brayden because it would be a total good fun.
No, I know you get to spend a lot of time, but we want you to pick someone who you've never met, who you would like to spend time with. We'll go start with Meredith.
Oh, yes.
I recently went to that little island, and I would love to spend the day with DVF. I think she's Diane von Fostenberg. She's so creative, and I think she's a very smart businesswoman, and I think that would be an interesting day.
Would you spend it there? What would you guys do?
Where would I go with her? I think we would have to. Well, it's DVF, so it would have to be maybe like behind the scenes, learning more about the industry. So, yeah. All
right, kids. What do we got? Anyone who comes to mind?
I have someone.
Okay.
My best friend Ethan, because we're just almost the same.
No, it's got to be someone you don't know. It could be a celebrity, an actor, a famous person. It doesn't have to be a famous person, but someone you don't know, you've never met.
I was with someone who I'm not really sure who exactly, but I meet with a very well-known producer or something, and then we spend the day getting me connected to everybody that they know.
That's good. We'll have to pick a producer. We'll have to pick a producer. I know some producers too. Maybe they know some people. So life is all about who you know sometimes, and you just also never know who you know or who someone else knows. Any guesses? Any individuals, athletes? Carter, Brayden?
No, but I do have one thing. No.
Good point.
Yes, but
She's
no.
not wrong.
I'd probably hang out with a random boy or girl my age at the park if they have a dog.
Okay.
Yes, only if they have a dog and they bring the dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brayden?
Great. Go.
Hold on. I don't think of someone.
You don't have an athlete, an actor, actress, gamer, nothing?
No, not really.
All right.
I'm so popular.
If you think of it, we'll put it on the list for future. Anyway, really appreciate you guys coming on here. It's always great to see and talk to you, and I love to share my family with everyone else and get a little bit of better idea of who I am and where we came from. The Wolff Den is all about people coming on and talking about what they do and what they're passionate about. And family for us is always going to be first. It's always number one. So to be able to have you guys on my 100th episode is great. We'll probably have you guys on our 200th episode, and we'll figure out what to do then. So start thinking about it. It comes quickly. It goes very quickly. Any last thoughts that you want the world to hear about the Wolff family or your life?
About the Wolff family, I would have to say the best part of being part of the Wolff family is obviously the last name, because you don't just walk up to someone and say, hey, what's your last name? It's like, well, I'm blank. It's like Mark. We have a very special last name.
But the problem is, whenever I look up a picture of an actual wolf, I always spell it with 2 F's because it just makes sense. Because I don't realize that normally it's not spelled that way.
Yeah.
When you get older, Wolff, spelled WOLFF, is not the most common way to spell it. So they're going to ask you, is that Wolff with an E, with 2 F's, 1 F?
Yeah.
You're going to get that question a lot.
Yes.
I just want to say thanks so much, you guys, for coming on. This was fun. And Matt, thanks for being such a connector in our family.
Thank you.
Really a lot of fun.
All right. Tune in Monday. We have another episode, the 101st episode of the Wolff Den. Everybody have a great weekend. Be safe. Have fun. Spend time with your family and friends. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Yes.
And I'm walking out.